JNBEATZ, how you do that?
Yo gang, what's up? Today I want to show you how to make evil beats for Nardo Wick. Especially I want to break down how you can make your drums hit very hard. So what drum sound should you use, how to make this crazy Nardo Wick type drum patterns, and I want to show you how to mix your drums in a unique way so your beats sound wide and hard as fuck. So first I want to break down this loop I made from my weekly loop list. If you like this type of loops you can join the list, the link is in the description, it's 100% free. I started the loop with a crazy vocal I found on Splice. It reminds me of the song Riot from Nardowick. The sample was originally in C# minor and I pitched it up 2 semitones, so we are in the key of D# minor now. For the effects I got an EQ to cut some of the lows, some EQs to cut some harsh frequencies, and really important is this portal preset here. It's from this bank. Next we got some reverb and shaper box 3 on it, and then some other EQs to cut some frequencies. The next sound is this piano from Kontakt, and it plays this MIDI. For the effects I got an EQ to cut some of the lows as always, and some other EQs to cut some frequencies I didn't like. On the piano we also got reverb, but as a sand effect. So the advantage of using sand effects is that you have more control about the effect. So for example you can add an EQ only to the reverb signal, so you get a really clean reverb sound. The next sound in the loop is this one. To be honest, I don't know how I made it. I think it was the piano with some shaper box and portal on it. Next we got this violin from the Balkan Orchestra Kontakt Bank. The attack was a little bit too long, so it was off time, so I exported it and cut a little bit from the beginning. The effects on this one are crazy. We got a shaper box 3 on it that cuts the highs. You don't have to use shaper box for this. You could also use an EQ and an automation clip to create the sound. Next effect is this Echo Boy Jr. from the effect rack. After that I shaped the sound with an EQ and put pancake on it so it goes from left to right. Next sound is this violin, also from the Balkan Orchestra Kontakt Bank, and yeah, we got some EQ and portal on it. The last sound is this bass from Kontakt. And that's it for the sample, now we put some hard drums on it. So if you want to make hard beats, rule number 1 is to choose hard and harsh sounds. You don't want to use smooth hi-hats or soft kicks or something. All sounds have to slap very hard. What you often hear in Nardowick's tracks are these double 808s on these places. Also make sure to use 808 rolls and higher pitch 808s at the end of the pattern to lead in the next part. Another tip for hard knocking drums is to use open hi-hats on the same spots as your 808s. Especially when your 808 is clipping, it will distort the hi-hat so it sounds really dirty. So now I will mix my drums and start with the 808. The first thing I will do is cut some of the resonances from the 808. It will make the 808 sound way more clean. Next thing I do a lot recently is to make the 808 stereo. But in the lowest frequencies, around 20 to 100 Hz, you want to make your 808 mono, otherwise it will sound very muddy. You can do it with this free plugin, just press save bass and place it around 100 Hz. As you can hear, the 808 and kick are clashing a little bit, so normally you would sidechain the kick to the 808, but the first thing you can try is to reverse the polarity of the kick. I don't know why nobody is talking about that, but it will solve the clashing problem in about 90%, I think. For the hi-hats I nearly always use some flanges to make the hi-hats sound wider, and a tiny bit of distortion. You can use Camel Crusher for that, it's also free. And I always put the same sand reverb on my drums so they sound more like they were played in the same room. Yeah, that's it for the beat. If you liked this video, I would be super happy if you would leave me a like and a comment and also subscribe my channel. I summarized all learnings from this video so you can screenshot it or take some notes so you can use the tips in your own beats. And yeah, now let's listen to the full beat.